This is why we do it. And I had
Absolutely.
someone say, "Oh, well, look at you. You're one of the first. You're carrying on the legacy of black performers." Listen, making it in country music is hard for anybody of any
Yes.
color, of any gender. Get
Yes.
over that.
Yeah.
It's good music. And
Yes.
in the country, everybody's so poor. We don't have time to be mad about color. Everybody eating fried bologna on white bread. Everybody is trying to make it. Can we
Yes.
get past that and get back to what makes country music special? It's the people, it's the
Absolutely.
stories.
There are certain people that when they hit you up,
This is Up and Country on 93.7 The Bull. It's powered by V Livecast. I'm your host, Sue Bonzel. Let's get this show started. All right, we consider him Mr. Red, White, and Blue. He's got a Netflix show. He has so many things that are going on in country music and in entertainment. Coffey Anderson is here. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Sue. How are you?
I am
Good to
doing.
see you.
It's good to see you too. Now, I was looking up all this stuff, and I had found you I had found the song "Mr. Red, White, and Blue" and was blown away. Went and started doing all this research, and I'm like, I got to meet this guy because
Oh my
that
goodness.
that song was so impactful. I think for so many people. I found it on TikTok. Everybody was using that song. So you kind of have with your music kind of that underlying that patriotic kind of thing. Tell me about your songs.
Well, I get my inspiration for writing my music from the blue collar community. I mean, I grew up in small town Texas. Bangs, like your grandmama's hair, bangs, 1,100 people counting sheep. I mean, small town. And those are my friends. Those are our stories. And I think a lot of times because we're in Nashville or because we're in New York or LA, the flyover communities are forgotten. But those are my people. That's who I'm with all the time, probably 3 days a week with my live shows. So I know their stories. And when I met Sergeant Craig Karp of the U.S. Marines, when the national anthem played, Sue, it was a very different look in his eyes than everybody else in the whole room. And I grabbed my guitar and I put my strap over my shoulder and I wrote Mr. Red, White, and Blue probably in 10 minutes. It just downloaded right
Wow.
art. And I think if we can make music that people can live to, that they can love to, that they can cry to,
Yeah.
we'll always have a job.
Absolutely. Like I said, I think that song and many of your songs have really touched a lot of people in such a positive way. And what
Yeah.
you are bringing, I mean, you are so much fun. Like I said, I've been so excited to do this interview because I literally have 2 pages of notes. I usually have like a half a page. And I'm
Come
like,
on.
there's 2 pages here because you got a lot going on. You're like a media king. Okay.
Well,
Seriously, like I've got a whole list. You performed on Snoop and Martha's show. You've been on CMT. You've been on NBC, Nashville Star. Is there some acting going on with Disney, Taco Bell, Blue Cross? Like, what don't you do?
okay, so I did it. I did a Disney commercial, and I did a Taco Bell commercial. The woman, she said, "Hey, can you sing Lionel Richie? Hello?" I said, "Does it have a check?" She said, "Yes." I said, "I'll sing the phone book." She said, "Can you sing it in Spanish?" I said, "Sí." So this commercial runs, and I'm like, "Hola, esa mía, ¿quién estás buscando?" And they gave me a check every time it ran. I was like, capitalism. Look at this. This is amazing. Then I played a joke on my wife. I posted it on Facebook with the ES. I said, "Honey, what does YES spell?" She said, "Yes." I said, "What does EYES spell?" She said, "ES. It spells eyes." She went to a public school. They don't spell eyes at the school she went to. I thought it was funny. So did 57 million other people.
Oh my gosh.
Netflix gives us a reality show with the genius and Roma Downey, who was the angel in Touched by an Angel. It's a
Yes.
12-episode series on Netflix. It's the only family-friendly reality show that you can watch with the whole family and not have one cuss word, not have one scene that you have to have a
Right.
family conversation over the dinner table about. You actually can put it on, laugh, cry, and smile.
Well,
Wow. Remember when TV used to do that? Remember that?
See, I mean, it's no wonder because look at you, your energy, you are so funny, you're so fun. I mean, it's just infectious to be
Thank
to be near you. So I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited for that. Now, I know that you and your wife went through she had some health things going on. Tell me about that. I mean, that must have been very
Well,
difficult. And you guys documented that whole thing.
a lot of people tell different stories, and when you think of cancer, it used to be, it was 3 steps away before it hit you directly, and now it's
Right.
not.
Yeah.
So many people are directly hit either personally or with someone in their family, immediate family. And for me, it's love of my life and Priscilla, and we told the whole story. So I'll tell you, the first day we were filming, she had a chemo infusion, and she was very sick, nauseous. I mean, just a really rough day. And I told the crew, I was like, y'all go home, because I didn't want them to see her hurting.
Yeah.
I'm a husband,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
and she's
Absolutely.
super. I want her to be seen that way. And she literally put her hand on my leg, and she said, "How are they supposed to tell the whole story if we don't show them?"
Mm,
And I think at that moment we started using it as a way to let other people that were going through the same thing know that they are loved, they're not
yeah.
forgotten, and they're supported.
Wow. And that's powerful. And good for her. I mean, that's amazing how courageous of her and,
Yeah, absolutely,
vulnerable and authentic to be able to share that with other people, like you said, to help others. That's so amazing.
absolutely. So it's been a journey, and then Mr. Red, White, and Blue goes viral, and TV show hits, and so I have a new album that'll come out in June. The pre-order is available right now with Come On With It. And I signed with Riser House. So Riser House Records and I did a joint venture deal. You know Riser House Records because they put out Mitchell Tenpenny.
Yes.
They put out Ashley McBride years ago. They have Megan Patrick, and they also have John Party. I don't know if you know who that is. He may have a
Yes.
hit or two.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has a future. He's just getting started. He may be good at this after a while. John. He all right. So it's one of those things where they're the right label for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that. I know patriotism in some circles is not popular, and Riser House lets me tell my story.
Nice.
So
Well,
it's a good thing.
when you started, you were kind of like, hey, I got to go get a record deal. That's the only way I'm going to do it. And you said, you know what? I think you talked to somebody who inspired you and said, I'm going to do it on my own. So you're kind of like this self-made man. You went out and worked your butt off
Yeah.
to get to where you are. So tell us
Yeah.
about starting out in your music career.
Oh my God. Well, how much time we got? No, I started out singing in church, and I mean that's the best place for anyone under 21, because you can practice on Sundays, Sunday nights, and Wednesdays. And you know what they're gonna do? Throw tomatoes at you? It's the house of God. They got to give you grace, so you can practice every week. So I started out doing it that way, but I bumped into a rapper, and it was a guy from Houston. And Houston rappers were independent. They weren't in Atlanta. They weren't in Los Angeles, and they were literally printing CDs on their own.
Wow.
They were making their own T-shirts, and I learned a lot of how to make records from them. I came to Nashville with a friend of mine, and I bumped into this steel player named Scotty Sanders. Scotty's played on every big record you could ever think of. He was working on Lady Antebellum's album
Wow.
at that time. And the band plays the song flawlessly, and he said, oh, just for a little bit of money, they can demo your record. But those demos sounded better than anything I heard on country radio.
Wow.
I said, well, could they do my album? He goes, yeah, just hire us. Okay. I
Okay.
borrowed money from a buddy that had just gotten drafted in Major League Baseball, Danny Duffy. He now plays with the LA Dodgers. He played with the Royals for years.
Nice.
And I got my album done that way. And I knew video. I knew YouTube because that was my folks.
Yeah.
And I made a video every day for 72 days.
Wow.
And whether it was a cover, whether it was my song. And I said, if you like what you hear, get my album, pre-order my album in the link below. And 12,000 people did.
Oh my God.
And
That's so amazing.
they joined the email list. And then I said, hey, I would love to come and sing at your event. Here's my email. I would get 17, 18 booking requests a week.
Wow.
And then I knew I had a business.
Yeah.
And I said that not to impress you, but to impress upon you. You can do it. It does take work. And a lot of artists wait on a publicist. They wait on some manager to have, no, you got to get out and sing.
Yeah.
You got to get out and sing. You got to do it. And you have to make good material. A good song, no matter how it's put out, will always be a hit.
Absolutely. Well, so now, even more exciting now, I understand you are going to be making your Grand Ole Opry debut in May. How big is that?
Come on. Come on. Don't get me hype.
Right?
Ah! I'm yelling at cheer right now. Everybody, all these parents are going to be like, I'm crazy. I'm going to the Opry. Listen, right now, the Grand Ole Opry, I grew up watching Hee Haw. Like,
Yeah.
she don't know, these kids, they don't know about it here. Minnie Pearl had the tag
Right.
on the rags. Come on. You had Roy Clark, Render Sella. It was so ahead of its time.
Yes.
Calm me down. Calm me down. She calmed me down. It was so ahead of its time. And to go to the Grand Ole Opry, and the circle is not just for country musicians. I mean, you have to think of Houdini performed magic tricks on that circle.
Wow.
It's bigger than me. It's bigger than us.
Yeah.
It'll be here longer than me, after me, but I get to be a part of it now.
So cool.
Wow. If that don't give you chills,
I know.
you're in the wrong line of work. This is why we do it. And I had
Absolutely.
someone say, oh, well, look at you. You're one of the first, you're carrying on the legacy of black performers. Listen, making it in country music is hard for anybody of any color, of any gender. Get over that.
Yeah.
It's good music.
Yes.
And in the country, everybody's so poor. We don't have time to be mad about color. Everybody eating fried bologna on white bread. Everybody is trying to make it.
Yes.
Can we get past that and get back to what makes country music special? It's the people. It's the
Absolutely.
stories.
Yes.
Come on, y'all.
Yes,
Come on.
I'm totally with you. I'm so excited for you. Your enthusiasm is just so infectious. I mean, when you get to next time you're in Nashville, you need to call me because we need to meet in person.
I'm in. I would love for you to take me to dinner. I mean, I'd love for us to hang out.
Fair enough.
I'd love it.
So now I understand you have a connection to wine. And apparently there's a big life-size poster of you at Walmart because of it.
Okay, so we had a wine called Heroic Red, which is it's no longer a label now. It's sad.
Okay.
And they had a life-size poster of me holding the bottle of wine in Walmart. You know, you made it. And what's crazy is they couldn't keep them because people were stealing.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh yeah, people are stealing anything that ain't nailed down. These folks, they need the Lord. They need Mary and Joseph, the whole family in their heart. And I'm like, okay. Well, now we're working with Live Free Water, where
Okay,
50% of the water of the purchase goes to veteran charities that have been vetted.
Nice.
And it is a beautiful organization. Dr. Pepper's partnering with us right now. And we also have a Coffee Through Community Coffee partnership. And HEB stores are carrying it. It's so much bigger than us. Do what you can. Blossom where you're planted. It may not be the biggest pot, but blossom where you're planted. It may not be the most beautiful garden, but can we blossom where we're planted? I think we can.
You are an inspirational speaker. I mean, is that part of your show as well? Because you really
Absolutely.
are. You're very inspirational, not only your music itself, but just you speaking.
I think when you think back to all you've overcame, a lot of people will use it as a crutch. I think you should use it as gasoline. You're still here. You made it. Be an inspiration. Love people to life. There's so much for us. Hi, baby. What time you got to go in there?
I don't know.
You don't know? What time is it? you can't. She can't tell time. Why do you even ask this child? She don't even know time. Okay, well, go ahead and go in. Go out. And I think we can blossom where we're planted and be a blessing. I really do. I'll be there in a minute. Okay, love you. Do not cut a flip with that sucker in your mouth. You might die. All right.
So that's real life. That's like, your dad, okay?
Listen, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. That may have scared 20 minutes off her life. Just that statement. She'll be all right. She's fine. She's fine.
Oh my gosh. That is so fun. Now you talked about, your audiences and, who you're with and everything. And I've seen that you've literally played weddings. You've played funerals. I understand you love playing county fairs. Tell me about like your those kind of performances. What are your favorite things really to do?
When the 13 were ambushed in Kabul, I got on TikTok and I was angered. I was upset. I was hurt. I was frustrated. I was devastated, as you were, as everyone was. And I offered to sing at the funerals.
Wow.
for the families.
Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey.
And I said, message me, contact me, let's talk. And you know, we had over 22,000 emails, DMs, people just getting in touch with us. And I ended up singing at 9 of the funerals. And I think the hardest part was seeing the mamas bury their babies.
Yeah.
Blossom where you planted.
But
Come on, y'all.
Yeah, and you were, and I know that you were a blessing in their healing as well to be there. So thank you for doing what you do.
No, I that's why God gave me the gift. So
Yes.
out of that, and okay, so short story long, when my mama went to heaven way too soon, I was really hurt. It was 17 days before my 11th birthday. My sister was with me. She was 15. My dad, combat veteran, Air Force veteran. And I go to the county fair. It was the fall festival in my town, Banks. And there was a cakewalk. And so cakewalk is when they have numbers in a circle and they play on this old jam by Heaven Help Us, Baby's Got a Blue Jean. You know, and the batteries is half dead. Oh, it's just bad. So I get in the line and I'm walking around and they stop it and I win this cake. It was half Jell-O, half cake with coconut shavings. It looked like a dead possum that was green that they put on a plate. And I literally held the ugliest cake of my life. And I held it and I started crying because I felt like finally something good happened to our family.
Oh.
And when county fairs, they don't get the budget. Once an artist makes it big, they never go back.
Yeah.
But I'll always go back because there's some kid that's feeling a hard time that doesn't think anything good's going to happen to them. And they may win the ugliest cake to my song. But when I saw Pat Green, when I saw Dwight Yoakam come to Brownwood, Texas to the theater, I knew that that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
And so if we can keep that going, man, job well done.
Yes.
Job well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you got the new album. Where can we get it? Tell us where to go to get the download right now.
Everywhere. I go to iTunes, go to Apple Music, go to Spotify, go to Pandora, go to Amazon, go to your grandma's house, open up her phone, download the album there. You see how many kids I got? I need all the sales. I need every one of them. And the album is phenomenal. So Come On With It is the lead single that we're gonna go crazy with in May. John Party wrote that and gave it to me. It is a smash. He didn't have to give me nothing. Most artists are stingy. You know this. The public doesn't know. They don't know that people fight over songs.
Right?
Like, right? So Party gives me the smash, Come On With It.
Oh, wow.
Tyler Hubbard from Florida Georgia Line,
Yeah.
one of the greatest country writers ever, gives me Drive On Back. What? I'm like, okay.
Wow.
All
Holy
right.
moly.
All right. Phil O'Donnell. Phil Billy comes into, we call him Phil Billy.
Phil Billy, yeah.
comes in. He comes in. He says, hey, we're going to write a song about America. I said, is the sky blue, is water wet? He says, I don't know about all that, but we're going to write something today. We go in. I said, big bold stripes, the brightest of stars. Land of the free because of those brave hearts. Waves of grain and a farmer dragging a plow. America's my hometown. He goes, all right, hold on. He goes, come on, Jesus. Come on. He started praising the Lord. You know, he country Pentecostal. They get excited. They get everything out but snakes. He's like, come on, Jesus. Come on. He goes, it's dirt on a shovel or simple fire on a duffel.
Yeah.
It's pride when the boots hit the ground. It's a bull under a buckle or a Hail Mary in a huddle. America's my hometown.
So awesome.
Wow. I grab his shoulders. I go, Phil, come on. I'm grabbing him and he going, come on, Jesus. Come on, Phil. Come on. Me, Jesus, and Phil wrote a smash. You got to hear it.
That is awesome.
And you can get the song as an instant gratification when you pre-order the album.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Stu, I know I'm loud. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know
you
why
do
y'all-
not have to apologize. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. I love who you are. I love your authenticity. I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. So a woman from People Magazine, Trisha, she asked me, she said, describe your career. I said, tuxedo t-shirt. She said,
Right.
what? I said, tuxedo t-shirt.
Yes.
She said, what does that mean? I said, I feel like I'm at the prom and I'm the only one with a tuxedo because I wasn't really invited and I won prom king. I'm in a tuxedo t-shirt. Nobody's thrown me out yet.
Yeah.
If
Well,
we can live like that, we won.
you're not going anywhere, my friend. No,
Oh, come on.
you're not going anywhere. You're
They
going.
gonna find me out.
You're going up, up, up.
I appreciate it. We're working for it. Thank you for having me. This is
Absolutely.
cool. What else?
This-
What other notes you got?
I think we covered a lot of everything. I mean, we talked about your benevolence here. We got that. We got all your appearances on TV and all of that. Your
Crazy.
Netflix show, your new album,
Crazy.
Grand Ole Opry. What am I missing? What did I miss anything?
No, that's all of it. And it needs to be. It sounds tiring. It sounds.
Yeah, I know, and you have all the energy in the world, which is amazing.
I think I had ADHD before they diagnosed, and we sure didn't have the money. That wasn't gonna happen. My daddy wasn't handing me no pill. He handed me a Flintstone vitamin. That was about it.
Oh man. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I know you
No,
are a
thank
busy
you.
a busy dad, a busy artist,
Thank
doing
you.
all of these things. Thank you for your time and sharing with us. You guys go follow Coffey Anderson on all of the socials everywhere. Go get the album. You're gonna love this guy. You love this guy. We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Sue. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
And when I'm in Nashville, we got to meet and eat. Come on.
Yes,
All right,
100%.
sister, thank you. God bless. Thank y'all.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Up and Country, where we have new episodes every Tuesday. And be sure to visit upncountry.com for all of the episodes and information about our VIP club, where you're going to get exclusive backstage access. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, make sure to follow me, Sue Bonzel. I'll see you next week.